Tarantula, right?
Whoa!
Cool. Yeah, we're gonna go check out James Madison High School. Now, I've been talking for since March of this year is when things got really bad. We've been having, really just an absolutely insane migrant crisis.
The record number of migrants crossing into the U.S. pushing resources to the limit in many American cities. Now hospitals are sounding the alarm, saying they're also overwhelmed, including some far from the border.
Officials telling NBC News there were over 200,000 illegal crossings at the southern border last month, and a record 3 million migrants crossed the border in the last year.
For a while, people were by the thousands are getting sent here. Housing supplies are being drastically limited and places are being converted into migrant intake centers. For a while, it was hotels.
93,000 migrants have come to New York City since last spring. The Roosevelt Hotel has a dual purpose. It's an arrival center for migrants where they can gain access to vaccinations, food, and other resources. But it is also a humanitarian relief center that houses families with children.
They turned James Madison High School in Brooklyn, which was an active high school that had active students, they turned it into a migrant center.
Out at that former airstrip that they have placed these tents, rather than drive the tents into the ground with stakes, they can't because they're on a runway and they can't break the concrete. So what they did is they just used heavy stones and things like that. There was a storm on December the 18th, and apparently the wind gusts were up to 50 miles per hour, and bolts shook loose in the tents, and the migrants were horrified. And so that is why yesterday, exactly 24 hours from right now, Brian, the city said, all right, we're going to move them into this particular high school, and all those kids who go there normally will have to study remotely.
James Madison High School, see right here? And I gotta say, there is news cameras everywhere. Look at this. Eyewitness here. Got another guy doing a news report down here. We'll go see what's going on. Written on the front, education is the true foundation of civil liberty. That's written on the front of the school. You can't make this shit up. It's written right on the front of the school. Take a look at this school. This is a huge school. James Madison, it has a capacity of about 3,500 students. To me personally, I am not upset at all at the actual migrants. They're gonna do everything in their power to try to improve the lives of them and their families. What I have a problem with is the New York City politicians who are actively incentivizing people to do this extremely dangerous border crossing.
The Darien Gap, a 160-kilometer by 50-kilometer area of dense, impenetrable jungle. While walking may seem simple, traversing the Darien Gap is anything but a walk in the park.
This is just one enormous traffic jam of people through the jungle.
Esto es horrible, esto es horrible, esto es horrible.
Everybody look tired. Everybody maybe die here.
Donc vous êtes ici toute seule?
Nice to meet you. What's your name?
Hi, my name is Stephanie Ben-Shimol.
Stephanie Ben-Shimol, nice to meet you. So how do you feel about it? You're a local resident. I'm trying to get the opinions of the people that live around
Right,
here.
I was born in Brooklyn, New York. I'm a Republican, and I'm totally against illegal immigrants. I'm very upset about this. My grandmother came in here legally. That's my good friend, my volunteer with me. My grandmother came in here legally in this country after the Holocaust. My husband came in here legally. They had x-rays taken. They had background check.
What do you have to say to the politicians, the ones that are allowing this?
This is completely wrong to bring into our good neighborhood. We pay high taxes. It's a safe neighborhood. Why are they here? They're drunk. They're homeless. They could be, what do they call them? Felons or something, or convicts. We don't want them here. Kids should be going to school over here. Why are they not in school today? Why are they on Zoom? Because you're bringing illegal immigrants over here? Come in legally and come in the right way. That's how it's supposed to be. This is America. And they shouldn't be voting if they're not a citizen. That's my right as a citizen to go and to vote.
I mean, if you look over here, this is a nice New York City neighborhood, man. This is not the hood. right, we're gonna call the realtor of this house. Hey, how's it going? So I'm just walking around Kings Highway right now, and I'm just looking at a listing, 2417 Quinton.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering what the listing price is for this property.
1.6.
This is 1.6 million?
Yeah.
Okay, 1.6 million. And what about 2415?
Same price.
I don't know if you heard the news, but they've actually transferred the entire facility into like a migrant intake center.
They're not gonna be there.
They're not gonna be. So you think this is gonna be like a very temporary thing?
It's gonna be just for one day because the last night was storm, and they took them over there.
Oh.
You can see how big complaint was all around the place, all around the city.
Everybody's upset. And people are really fucking angry at all the newscasters. I've heard at least 3 or 4 people, they just, from their cars, they just start yelling at the news. Right on the front it says, the mission of James Madison High School is to engage, challenge, and educate the minds of our students. All members of James Madison High School ask, what's next? So yeah, that is a pretty good question. What is next?